have just a wide shot here to give you a little bit of a sense of the movement. It has started moving very slowly. Or it was just the initial move. Just a little bit of a sense of the movement, then we'll get closer to try the reveal. But we're it appears that we're moving. And there's no sense of motion up here, much motion at all, if anything, other than the wind. I believe we're in the inch mode here, and that is why we are moving very slightly. Only by reference points can we see that we have actually moved a little bit away from the external tank. It will kick up here a little bit sooner, and we will move forward on this to try and get down to get that reveal shot of the nose of the orbiter as the RSS pulls away. Now we are definitely moving, and now a little bit of motion feel, and now we're going to go forward. And these rails here are very interesting.
Now you can see the orbiter, just the belly.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to get close enough to really get... You going to freak if I go handheld?
No, if you'll just check everything on the front of it.
Yep.
Just make sure.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Shake a bit, John. I don't know if you're feeling it.
Just a bit, yeah.
You have to turn quite a bit to your left to keep it in the center, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're on that arc.
It's not too bad. A little bit of sway, a little bit of movement up here. Kind of a rock back and forth more than anything. This is me moving, unfortunately.
think about it, look how much you're twisted.
Mm-hmm. Movement seems to get a little more pronounced the further away you get. Starting to see the wing.
Shaky.
A little bit of shaking. A bit of a tilt up here. Move up a little bit if we can. This little walkout here tends to start to obscure a lot. Do we have any movement to move to the right, Ed, to see if we got a better position here at some point?
Yeah, you want to come?
Yeah, I want to move right a little bit, see if that gives us any kind of loss on that.
It's not long into the move and things start getting in the way, don't they?
Yeah. This is all real time on the tape. I've not stopped the tape down yet. I have moved about 3 feet to the right of the previous position. We still have this little walkout. Good amount of panning to the left, but that's not a problem. A little bit of movement there from me. Camera slipped on the guardrail that is in front of me. Tilt down for you. Mobile launch platform. And now back to the original position. Gives you a feel for the obscuring from that walkway. I'm going to go down another, I'm going to back up and go down to the very limit where I think we could push this to get a camera in, and let Ed still hold on to my camera. That's probably about the limit to where we can get the camera. Yeah, now we can go off to the other side. Just wanted to give you the idea of where we would be. And we'll continue rolling real time. Is it all right for us to go under those? I don't think they're going to use them, are they?
No, they won't use them now.
Actually, we need to go under this.
Here, let's
Sure.
watch your bridges, your white bridges.
Yeah.
Didn't get you yet.
They get dirty, they get dirty. I got it. Thank you. Now moved into the corner.
Good plan right now.
Yep. Where James had his initial scout for the position with the camera for the launch. We're starting to get quite a bit away from the orbiter. Give you a reference to where we were. We're over here between the steps. And now we're back to here. This is approximately 12 minutes from the start of the rollback. We were a little bit over 4 minutes on the reel when we started this. We're now at 17 minutes, so a little bit closer to maybe 12 and a half minutes after the start of rollback. This is from the position where James had initially scouted next to the TV stand that's already existing. Movement now is very, can't perceive movement at all. I mean, you can perceive that you're moving, but you can't feel it. No more rocking back and forth, a little bit of rocking back and forth for the first few minutes in the first position. Bit of a tilt down showing you the guardrail in front, which we can get over. Our other position should be totally obscured now by that walkway, I would imagine, that's out. If we shot from over there, it'd be totally obscured, would we not? At this position, if we return back to our initial position between the steps, would be totally obscured by the walkway that is to our immediate right at this point. And we're at 19 minutes on the tape, 19 minutes 48 seconds, which is roughly 15 minutes into the rollback.
John, you can see where that walkway goes together over there. That's going to be the end of the travel, I'm sure. See where it is?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, we're almost to the end. This is the walkway coming together right in the center of frame. Another maybe 3 feet. Now this too is to give James a good idea of that position he had for launch, which may or may not be a possibility. Give you a little bit of an idea of that. And we can do a little bit of a tilt up here. To the top. Pull down to the bottom. Hold up at center, SRBs at the top. Give you a little bit wider frame. We're about a foot away from, I believe, rollback being complete. At this point, we are approximately 18 minutes into the rollback. And about 6 inches, I believe, from the rollback being complete. I would guess those were sounds of rollback completing. And I think
looked like we've interfaced with that
we have,
walkway.
yeah, we've gotten connected on our walkway. So that's approximately 19 minutes, 18 to 19 minutes after the start. Rollback appears to be, for all intents and purposes, complete. This continues to be shot from the location James had scouted for a launch shot. Our other position for the initial rollback totally obscures the orbiter at this point.
Take a shot over here.
Yeah, I'm going to move back for you now. Real time has ended on rollback, and we're going to move back and give you a couple of other shots. This is where we were again at the end. We had this at the beginning, but this is to remind you again now where we were at the end. and we'll do a pan over to where we started in the beginning to show you the relationship to where everything is. Looking at the orbiter, external tank and SRBs, and we initially had started about in this position just to show movement of the rollback, and then move forward to that wall. Went off of sticks just because sticks would not allow us to get into between the rails to get the reveal shot that you're looking for. But now that's looking southeast. And this is back to that position James had scouted earlier on for the launch position, and where we ended up with the camera. James, here's the little area that we've seen and talked about before, that is pretty much right in the middle of where we were as far as being able to get up and tilt over to get that. But you're going to probably, I don't have the relationship of where you'll lose the orbiter, where you'll get that walkway in, but there's an area where you can go.
See, he's got to think about the height difference.
Yep, and your height difference of where you're at.
Because he's not going to be able to kill me.
And we'll leave Eddie in here for you. You got the beam and tilting and all that fun stuff right there. And there's an equally cramped area to the right, which I know you've seen, but I'll show you again, which is over there. When I was in that position, I was handheld and going between the rails as best as I could with the Betacam, which will give you a good idea. And I believe at the time we could still see the bottom of the rail and possibly a little bit of the top rail as well on screen. I'll take a look at the tape when we get back, but that's where we were. Probably right to the right, and definitely right to the right of that middle beam, and then we moved over as far as we could to the right toward those steps. A lot more room for me to move there with a camera on my shoulders. And then back again